So, what the hell was that?
Sorry.
Can we get a louder thing on that? So, what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here.
This is Bazzy Boy here. 69.
I'm going to kick you out in a minute. So, what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here.
And this is Baz here.
And welcome back, guys, to, I guess, more reacting to some horror anime. I'm throwing you out. Literally by the scruff of your neck. We're back though, guys, anyway, for more Llama Arts animations, because as usual, you guys seem to love this stuff, so I guess we thought we'd do some more.
Indeed.
And if you do enjoy this one as well, guys, leave a like rating down below, and
Smash subscribe.
But yeah, you guys have really been enjoying the sort of animation stuff, and it does make a change of content. Like, we love doing the sort of reaction stuff, and I guess it kind of crosses the horror stuff with the creepiness, and also a nice little art style going along.
Yeah.
And as usual, guys, in the description down below, you can find a link to Llama Arts and also Mr. Nightmare's channel. Anyway, though, guys, we're going to get straight into story one, and see you there.
Cut.
Why they... Please cut this.
Cut this out. Come on.
Why have you left it in? For God's sake, why have you done this? This first one here, then, guys, we're going to watch is a school lockdown story animated. Thankfully... I couldn't even imagine the fear of this sort of thing. This stuff doesn't happen so much in the UK, and that's all I'm going to say really on that one. So we're going to get straight into this school lockdown story.
Zoom in there.
So glad I can't relate to this scenario.
It was a typical boring day in calculus, only it was Friday, 7th period, meaning the week was almost over, and spring break would finally be upon us.
You're being taught by an egg. Look at his hands.
Agent
47.
I could tell.
Should the tattoo on the back of his neck.
That day, like a lot of my friends did with their other teachers.
That guy's eyes.
So our teacher in the middle of class
he's drawn a
decided
penis
to
on his
start
paper,
playing
hasn't he?
games with us on Sporkle.com.
Sporkle?
He
Is
was
that a
a
real
very
website?
laid-back teacher like that.
Oh my God.
As we were doing some brand logo quiz on Sporkle, I remember the exact moment it happened.
Oh gosh, like a boom or something?
Right after my friend answered a question,
He's not
I
even
remember
looking.
the exact
Jeez.
answer to Adidas. The dean's voice came through the loudspeaker.
Oh gosh.
He sounded panicked and frantic
Yeah, we didn't have these,
as he
did we?
told all the teachers this was not
What's he
a
doing?
drill and to go into lockdown.
Oh.
I actually
Gosh.
got the chills, and I got goosebumps on my arms as our usually laid-back teacher, too, seemed panicked as he ran to
Slam
turn
the
off
door
the
shut.
lights and ushered us to the back corner of the room.
Would it be wise to block up the door or
We
not?
all sat
you know?
in silence for about 2 minutes.
I don't know.
And then the usual buzzing that came from a panel in the back
I hate
of the
that
room
stuff.
ceased, indicating that the school must have cut all the power.
Oh wow.
We all looked at
Wait,
each
what?
other, realizing this must be serious.
Uh-oh.
Me
A
there.
few
on the
more
right.
minutes
No, 'cause he's
of
got
waiting
eyebrows.
later, we
God
heard a
damn it.
man screaming at the top of his lungs coming down the hallway.
Sorry.
Naked,
Two
oiled up.
girls in the class actually started crying, which made all of us even more scared.
Oh,
I'm not
imagine that.
surprised.
As the screaming got closer to the classroom, the lunatic-sounding man
please,
started
no.
banging on the lockers while screaming, "I'll kill all of you."
Why?
It was at that moment that I started to fear for my life.
I hope the door's locked. I really
The
do.
teacher shushed us as we all looked at each other to see our peers' reactions.
What the heck?
The
Why would you look at
banging
each
then
other?
moved
What?
from the lockers to our classroom door.
Wait, there's blood trailing that.
Oh
Heck.
dear.
And that's when one of the crying girls screamed no.
Oh gosh. Was that
The banging
wise?
on the door only grew worse.
Oh my
as the
God.
man
Gosh,
started
man.
screaming,
No wonder he's
"Open
angry. He's
up."
got no front teeth.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he must have been eating
Two
like
of
a
the
Burger
girls in
King
the
foot
class were
lettuce.
crying out loud now.
Nibbling on it.
That guy's a.
It
Shut
felt like an
up.
eternity that man was
Hey.
pounding at the door. But eventually, he finally continued down the hallway, screaming like a mentally insane person.
Probably
until we could not
was,
hear
like-
him anymore. I'd say 10 minutes later, though it felt like half an hour given the situation,
Sure.
the dean came back on the loudspeaker explaining the situation, which
What?
was surprising for him to do. He explained that some apparently mentally
was a mental
unstable
person.
entered the building and
my gosh.
assaulted the woman sitting at the front desk,
Ah.
causing her to flee the building screaming.
I'm not
and
saying
It
Steph
wasn't as
sure
bad
if
as
the
they
man
made
was
out,
armed or not.
but still.
Now, this was before the school
Oh, that's
had
creepy.
cameras or could afford proper security, so
Oh,
the
great.
school was wide open to something like this happening.
Wow.
Can't
The
do that
staff had done a
nowadays.
sweep
Nah,
of
thank
all
goodness.
the hallways and classrooms and couldn't find him, so the dean instructed the teachers to resume teaching, but to keep all the doors locked and to not let any students leave for any reasons.
What if you need a crab? Just
Yeah.
do it in the
most
corner.
disturbing
Doing
part,
it in a
however,
bucket.
is that one of the
Nah.
janitors working the night shift
Oh,
found the
gosh.
man sleeping in one of the storage closets near the back end of the school. And according to rumors that were spread by my peers, sticking out of his pocket was a 44
Jeez.
Magnum.
Oh
The
God.
janitor must have done something stupid to wake him up. For example, leaving the closet door open.
I'd just
because
lock
by the
it,
time
wouldn't
a
you?
police officer
Yeah.
could arrive on the scene, The man was gone.
Freeze!
My entire
Don't
class,
shoot!
as far as I know, to this day, has no idea if this man was ever found. But I like to think that right now, he's being given the proper help that he needs.
Sure. He's not banging on lockers whilst he's running around.
Yeah. You know, he does that. He's got anger management now.
I don't even know how to react to that. Like, just fortunately, I'm glad something like that doesn't really happen that regularly, I'm going to say, in the United Kingdom. It didn't happen, at least when I was at school.
No.
But it's got to be like a tragic event, you know, if you're like involved in it. So, you know, we're gonna move on now to a less realistic one, because goodness, I feel bad.
Yeah, that's awful.
Story 2. All right, guys, we're gonna watch Scary Luigi board stories. Not Mario board, okay?
No.
We're changing this one up.
Waluigi board.
You know, you can actually get a Luigi board.
Ever since I can remember, we've always
you can.
had one of
Pay off the
those old
demons.
vintage Parker Brother Ouija boards sitting in our closet collecting dust.
Let it keep collecting
When I was
dust.
a kid,
Oh,
I
here we
always
go.
wondered what it was. From the box, it seems like a horrible board game.
This is so
Until
stuttery.
one day I found out what a Ouija board really is, and
It's no good.
immediately dug it out of the closet.
You know what Ouija is?
I insisted on my
It just
brother
means
trying
it
it out.
just means yes in 2 different languages. Oui, French, and ja,
So it's a yes
German.
board.
It's a yes board, basically.
But there's loads of letters and there's an option for no on it.
Wow.
What was the inventor thinking?
I don't know.
I insisted on my brother trying it out with me, and eventually got him to play along.
That's not
We
good.
put our hands on the planchette, and I began asking the typical cliche questions like, is there anybody there? And can you answer me?
So with that guy.
Other than my
serious.
brother jokingly moving the planchette around to imitate an answer from some kind of entity, there was no real response.
S.
After getting bored, we put the game back in the box.
No,
After
you
getting
meant
a
to-
Ouija
I
board,
did a little
we
research that night
You meant to
find
say
out how make
goodbye.
Ouija boards
Are you
work.
actually?
Yeah,
Many
you meant to
people
say
said
goodbye.
online that the most ideal environment when using a Ouija board is in a dark room only lit by candles.
Oh gosh.
So when my parents weren't
So-
home, I managed to
That's
gather
the
like
best time
6
to
or
do something
7
like that.
candles
My
and
parents
convinced
went
my
home
brother
and
to try it one more
I
time.
was so scared.
I lit the
Gosh.
candles and set them around the table in the dining room.
Shouldn't have
with all
done
the
it.
lights out.
Set fire to the
We
apartment.
tried one more time.
Definitely a
I
ghost.
asked again if there was anybody there.
That's me.
The planchette began to move.
God.
I told my brother to stop moving.
Or is that
it,
you?
But he swore
me,
he
that is.
wasn't.
No, that's
Yeah.
me and that's you.
I told him to move
See, I
his
told you
hand
we were
away,
brothers,
and he
guys.
did. It kept moving.
What the hell?
My brother thought I was messing with him, but I didn't pay attention. The planchette landed on the word yes.
So what question?
I was only 9, so I was legitimately shitting myself. My older brother had to take
Legitimately, literally, he had
Ask
like
the
soil
question,
in his
Are
pants.
you a good spirit?
Wow.
There was a 5-second pause before my brother's hand moved along with the planchette to the word
Oh no.
no.
Oh
We
gosh.
both looked at each other, and at
Literally
this point,
crapping
I ran
my
to my
pants.
room and shut the door behind me.
But it was your
he
fault.
continued on with the so-called game. I heard his muffled
no game.
voice come from down in the dining room, when all of a sudden I heard him screaming at the top of his lungs.
What the hell happened?
I ran back
See him naked.
downstairs to see
What?
what was wrong. He was holding up his shirt,
What the
revealing
hell?
a small open
Oh.
wound that
Ah,
almost looked like a claw mark.
What?
He told me to set the fireplace immediately, and I obeyed.
To set the fireplace
He
in
threw
me?
the
Oh
thing in
right.
the
Oh
fireplace
okay.
and told me to never speak of what happened to anybody.
Do you remember when I told you that?
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
never used a Ouija
You meant to
board
say
since.
goodbye though, because apparently it
Leave
sets
the
them
spirit
free.
out or something if you
Yeah.
don't say. It's like not closing the door behind your back. What's your thoughts on ghosts then? Do you believe in them? Do you think they're real or
No, I've never seen one.
have you ever think that you've seen one?
Yeah.
Or thought, should I say? It's one of those things where you don't know if you should call it that or not.
Yeah.
Have I told you the story about when I was about 4 or 5 years ago when I used to clean an office? Because I may as well, you know what, guys, I'm going to explain it anyway. So, I used to do this job where I'd clean offices and things like that just before YouTube and stuff. And there's always this thing where I would have to, like, wash up the cups of the people that worked in there. But, say, this is the office room, and a long corridor follows down to, like, where the kitchen is. Well,
Yeah.
I said bathroom. I won't wash cups in a bathroom.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit weird. But you have to pass through, like, a lobby area in between.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
I
got an
remember that.
automatic light.
Yeah.
And I remember walking down a bit, and then the light triggered.
Oh,
And it was
God.
like in winter, and it was about 8 p.m., so no one was there at all. And I remember just standing there with the cups.
You dropped them and ran. You got fired.
So I did tell you it then. No, I just stood there with the cups, and I remember it took me like 10 minutes to do anything. So I was like, I really don't like the circumstance that's being prevented here, or presented, should I say.
Yeah.
I did wash the cups up, and then I came back. But I don't know, it's just weird how a light can trigger. Like they say anything like an animal walking past the window can. It's a ghost.
Jesus.
It was the ghost of an office worker who hadn't finished his shift,
Yeah.
basically.
No.
Anyway, story number 3. Let's go. This one is a Scary True Horror Stories animated. That's really good. This is like an earlier one though, I think, but Should be
I'm
just as
27
interesting.
years old. I live alone
That's
in a
good.
rural town in Virginia, about 2 blocks away from my parents.
Why is it so quiet?
My parents are
Did you-
both in their 60s,
turn
and
this
my
a bit.
mom has become a
Hang on.
very worrisome woman in her
Oh,
old
that
age.
guy's haircut, man.
Sometimes
Wait,
she
what
walks
did you just
over
say?
uninvited and lets
Worrisome
herself
person her
in,
age.
since I had
Ah.
regrettably given her a key, which can get a bit annoying.
Hang on, why does it sound so messed up? in
This
my
sound
ear?
is really weird.
I think
isn't it?
it's the hang on. Go back to
Okay,
the
it's,
start.
it's fine for you guys. But, okay, we'll just play it from.
Stuff
My
here.
parents are both in their 60s, and my mom has become a very worrisome woman in her old age.
Okay,
Sometimes she walks over uninvited and lets herself in, since I had regrettably given her a key.
that'd be
which
really
can-
awkward, wouldn't it? You imagine that, like,
Yeah.
Mom! Nothing on the bottom half. Taking the day of chill, just like strolling around the house, like, Mom!
Really screaming at her.
Then again, yeah, that's why you don't give keys to your parents, guys, when you live
can get a
alone.
bit annoying.
And we all know what
Like,
Sundays
if I
are
would be
for.
out really late
It's
on
that leisurely
weekends
day.
at a bar or with women, I would sometimes come home to my mom sitting in the living room waiting, worried sick.
Jesus, that is really.
I know you may
Ah,
just think,
Jesus.
oh my god, that's crazy. Why not just put your foot down and tell her to stop?
That's a big
Well,
statement.
Because you don't know my mom.
Oh my god.
She
It's
looks
very
upset.
hard to describe her, but she's the kind of worrisome, innocent little lady that you just can't bring yourself to go against. And I hate to
She looks
mention,
innocent.
she also has mild dementia.
Oh.
Anyway, this
Make
was
the most of
Saturday
that.
night. I think it was around 2 in the morning. I was at a nearby club with a group of
Oh my
college
God.
friends. Really the only place to hang out in this boring town.
That guy's beard on
And I
the
was
right is
getting
so
ready to head
intense.
home. I said goodbye
Gosh.
to all my friends and walked the 3 blocks it took to get back to my house.
Nice. In
I
the
walked up
pouring
my front
rain.
stoop in my drunken haze and dug my hand in my pocket for my keys. When I grabbed the doorknob, I realized it was unlocked.
There it is. Oh, for God's sake, I pulled
no.
that.
My mom was here again. I quietly
Why does the
opened
rain
and
look
shut the front
hyper-realistic?
door, locking it behind me. I
You
put my
think your
keys
mum's
on
here?
the kitchen counter
locking it
and
behind
found
you.
a note written in my mom's handwriting saying,
It's our
"You
house.
forgot this at our house, next to the box of half-eaten cake my parents did."
Cake is not a lie.
I didn't see my
That
mom
reference,
anywhere,
though.
so I assumed she must have gone upstairs to sleep in the guest bed until I got back, which is
Found the
something she
dad.
would commonly do as well.
Huh.
Then I heard footsteps upstairs, confirming it. And that's when I sighed once
Oh,
again.
man. Paranoia,
27
though.
years old, almost 3 in the morning, and she still has to wait up and treat me like a child.
But he
I
said
ran
that out
upstairs
loud?
to check the guest bed. Empty, along with all the bathrooms.
Oh, gosh.
I was afraid Mom was having one of her episodes due to her condition, so I ran to the phone to call my dad.
Sure, that sounds
After
wise.
4 rings, my dad picked up in a groggy voice.
She's right
asking
here.
What the hell is the matter?
Oh,
After
please
I told
don't
him that I
say.
heard Mom wandering around upstairs in my house, there was a short pause, and then he said, "That's not possible. She's sleeping right next to me."
Oh, God.
Oh.
My mouth fell open as I turned my
That
head
would
to
scare
face
the
the
hell
dark
out of me. I'll
upstairs,
poo
and just
right there.
barely by
Just
the light
imagining the
provided by
silence
kitchen,
after in the
I could
house.
see a head peering around from the corner at the top of the stairs, looking down
What
at
the
me.
heck?
I screamed into the phone as I ran out the front door and down the street
to
to
the
my
mouth.
parents' house, explaining to my father on the way. About halfway there, my dad told me, "All right, I'm going to call the cops." And
It's a
hung
bit
up.
late.
Yeah.
I made it to my parents' house, where my mom was already waiting at the door, worried sick.
Oh.
My mom explained that she did come over to clean my kitchen a little bit
Let
and
me
to
guess,
bring
she
over
has
the
something.
cake they didn't want. 2 police cars pulled up in front of my parents' house, where they escorted
gosh.
me and my dad down the street to my house.
Down
One
the
officer
street.
stayed
heck?
outside with us, while 2 others
Look at his
went inside to
jawline.
investigate.
Jeez. It's the only
It
reason
felt
why I
like
got the
15
job, if I'm
minutes
honest.
before they came back outside and said it was clear. They checked the crawl space, the attic, everything.
Let me guess,
There
they
was
missed
really
something.
nothing for me to report, other than the door was left unlocked and I saw the outline of a head upstairs before I ran for it. Still, I didn't feel safe sleeping
Ah,
in there that night,
outline
so
of
I
a
went
head.
back to my parents' house.
That was wise.
Me and my dad are certain that my mom simply forgot to lock the door when she left.
What about the
as her
face,
memory
though?
has been getting worse over the past few months. My dad has been stopping her from coming over alone from now on,
was
which
gonna
makes
say.
me both sad but also relieved.
Hmm.
Some nights I still get paranoid that whoever was in my house that night never left
Ugh.
and is
Oh
still
man, that
hiding
would
in
that
here
would,
somewhere.
that would stick with me, to be fair.
If it's like a...
Oh.
Oh, come on right now.
Oh.
They never did leave, did they?
Oh,
They were just chilling in the bathroom, weren't they, to be honest?
having a crap.
Try that
Thank
again.
you very much.
You gotta try it, you gotta get it to work.
There we go.
Try it one more time, come on. If this one doesn't work, you owe me 100 million V-Bucks. Good job I don't play Fortnite, isn't it? Well, there we go anyway, guys. That was another episode, though, of reacting to some horror stories. Again, hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. Some pretty good stories for this as well, I'd say. Nice diversity. We had some fairly realistic stuff happening, and then the other two were just plain outright creepy. So what we've learned is don't mess with an Ouija board, or at least say goodbye when you're done, regardless of the spirit. They're polite, and they will honor that, because you're closing the door on their face, basically. And other than that, what else can you say for words of advice to stop men and women getting...
Lock your doors, hide your kids, hide your wives. Not going to say the other one, but there you go. See you later, guys. Smash like, subscribe.
So, basically, want to see even more content from us?
Consider liking and subscribing to ensure you'll see all content in the foreseeable future.
And hey, why not check out our past 2 videos?